post-match discussion of the match day 3 of Premier League is on your way today, and we will be discussing into details, give you predictions, give you information on what could be transpiring or what we'll be getting the weekend. Yes, it's all done and it's all done, and now Premier League is just making the weekend very, very fantastic. And I don't know how to describe it, but then stay tuned. I'm here with Sami and also Eddy. And if you're new and you just join us, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video. And hey, let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome to Ashili Sports. Well, on Saturday, we have matches coming up. Arsenal hosting Brighton in the Emirates Sports Stadium is just absolutely massive for the Gunners to the start of the Premier League. 2 games, 6 points, and they have actually shown why they got the second place of last season. Well, Sammy, looking at this game, Brighton got their win against Manchester United in the match day 2 of the Premier League, and now they are going away to Emirates Sports Stadium. What should we expect in that game?
Yeah, so it's going to be a beautiful game, but the conclusion of the game is going to be Arsenal getting the 3 points. And we know that Brighton was able to get their 3 points against United, which is not surprising. Looking at the fact of last 2 seasons, I think United have always feared Brighton. But when it comes to Arsenal this season is looking forward to lifting the trophy. So they are doing all things possible to get the 3 points. Looking at the last game they played against Aston Villa, we all knew that it was going to be a difficult grounds. But at the end of the day, Arsenal were able to score 2 goals. So this game, I'm not expecting anything less than Arsenal going for a win.
We know what the Gunners can do. We all know what they are capable of doing. Even last game, when they were just held by Aston Villa, and in the end, Trossard get the goal and Thomas Partey getting the winner for Arsenal. So they are playing without striker currently, and it looks like Kai Havertz is finding it difficult in actually scoring against those big clubs, because Aston Villa, we didn't actually see him like the first game for sure. Maybe West Ham is also hosting Manchester City in a style, because we know West Ham, the Hammers or London Stadium, is been very, very difficult for top clubs to get 3 points out there. And they are hosting Manchester City once again, where Pep Guardiola doesn't like playing in that stadium against West Ham. What do you think about that game?
All right, so frankly speaking, we should expect nothing but the best from this particular game between West Ham United and Manchester City. Since this season started, Manchester City have been able to, I think, carry all their 6 points, and on the other hand, too, I think West Ham is also fighting on and off, Things haven't been all that grocery for them. But I think at the end of the day, Manchester City is going to carry the day, which we are so sure of it. Manchester City to probably carry the day. But you should expect nothing but the best.
Yeah, that match is very tricky. Looking at how City has been performing over to West Ham, we all saw that the last game or last season, that game was a decider for City. If City was able to win, they would have won the trophy, and they did that. They went and we saw Mohamed Kudus trying his possible best to keep West Ham on a draw, but then we saw that the quality of City was too much. This season is a new season, it's a brand new season. Yes, though the West Ham team is still gelling up, I think it's still going to be a difficult grounds. But at the end of the day, look at the quality of the Manchester City, the players, and for information, Rodri is back. So therefore, I don't see any difficulty in the game. But then I hope that it's going to be an interesting game. Then City is going for the 3 points.
Haaland is back for sure, and he has been scoring and netting goals for Manchester, and that's what he's known for. And I expect him to get a goal here for sure. Rodri is back, very instrumental in Pep Guardiola formation and also in the midfield. And we all know what he did in the Euros as well. So for that game, it's going to be tricky. But hey, West Ham is still West Ham. Let's see what is going to happen, because the Hammers Sports Stadium, we all know, or in the London Sports Stadium, we all know what they are also capable of doing. And also signing Fulkrug too as a striker, and Bowen is also doing quite very well over there. And I think probably it's going to be very, very difficult. Okay. Well, on Sunday, Chelsea hosting Crystal Palace. It's a London derby for sure. And we know what Chelsea did in the last game, like scoring Wolves over 6 goals to 2. And now they are going into hosting a London side, Crystal Palace in Stamford Bridge. So, Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I'm sure Enzo Maresca would like to take it from where he stopped. That is winning the 6-2 against Wolves. This time it's going to be a home game, and the fans would like to enjoy the same game that they played against Wolves. But then we should also be mistaken that Crystal Palace is not coming in to come and play or coming to just sleep. They are coming in with full attack, trying to also get some goals. We also know that, I don't know, it's not confirmed that Edun Ketia is linked to Crystal Palace, trying to join them, and maybe, hopefully, he might feature. But if that is notwithstanding, we still see that they have some quality players there. But then I expect Chelsea to improve on what they did previously, because with the kind of coach they have, and they are showing that Chelsea is now playing in a system which is very, very beautiful. And I hope there's going to be a straight home win for Chelsea.
Concerning Chelsea and Crystal Palace, I think, as you all said, it's going to be a derby. And I see Crystal Palace getting the goal. It's going to be a difficult game. I see Crystal Palace getting the goal. But it all depends on Chelsea if they are able to stand up to their standard as they did against Wolves. If they are able to perform to that standard, they are going to carry the day. But if not, I see Crystal Palace getting the goal. It's going to be a tough match. So you are still mentioning the Chelsea players. We should watch out for Mateta. Although the Ghanaian international, Ayew, is not there. A
Mhm.
couple of Crystal Palace players are no more there. But I think this player, Mateta, has probably shown up his character and taken Crystal Palace on the right path. So let's watch out for Mateta in this game and a couple of the players from Crystal Palace.
Yeah, you just mentioned about Jordan Ayew. He scored a fantastic, classic goal in the last game, but then Crystal Palace couldn't get that win over there. And I think, yeah, we can. It's a derby, and derby, what no matter how it is very, very difficult. But hey, let's see what is going to happen. But that confidence Chelsea is having with the 6-2 win probably will take them through on that game as well. Talking about Chelsea or London Derby, Newcastle United these days is no more the Newcastle United we used to know. And this season, it has not been quite that okay with them. But then it's still that massive attacking team that we used to know. And they are facing Tottenham Hotspurs as well. And then it's going to be at their home. Eddie, what do you think about that game as well?
All right, so for Newcastle against Tottenham Hotspur, last season Newcastle were full of fire, but this season is a new season, and we see this Tottenham Hotspur have started this season with fire, with the likes of Son and the Madison, banging state goals there and flow, So I think this game is going to be a tough game. Yesterday I probably watched Newcastle. I think their game, Nottingham Forest. All right. So yesterday, not I think I watched the game Newcastle against Nottingham Forest, and I think Newcastle had the early goal, but with their style of play, Nottingham Forest came back into the game to equalize the game. So they won the game on penalties. So if they are going to play the same style they played against Nottingham Forest, I think Tottenham is going to carry the day, and I see both teams scoring and Tottenham probably carrying the day.
So the game is going to be an interesting one, because I think the truth is Newcastle have not found their feet yet, and this is the match day three. They are still trying to come around, find their feet. We saw that of Tottenham. The first game, it wasn't so convincing, playing 0-0. Then the second game, they had their win, and now they are going to this third game. It's also going to be they are also playing it away in the home of the Toffees, so it's going to be a very difficult match. I see the game to be at least a draw game. If not a draw, then Tottenham slightly have the advantage over Newcastle.
Tottenham slightly have an advantage over Newcastle, and the game is going to be played in Newcastle home for sure. And we all know Tonali, who was very instrumental in Newcastle transformation last season, and got banned, and probably he'll be coming back this season. And I guess it's somewhere October thereabout or November. I can't best tell, but then his coming back will be actually so maybe that's why Newcastle is still playing around, because they can't sign a new midfielder for sure. So let's see what is going to happen on that game. But then, for me, we have the derby of derby, the rivals of rival, the game that we all know that is going to be absolutely incredible, and is going to happen in Old Trafford of Manchester United hosting Liverpool. We know they are all rivaling. We all know what the game it entails. And hey, Eric Ten Hag before the game actually talked about how unprepared they are, and we actually saw it against Brighton. And right now they are facing a classic of and his lot have been instrumental in the past few games that they have played. 6 points in 2 games. What do you think about that game?
Honestly, I would like Eddie to go first on this game because he's a United fan. Then after that, I'll give my remarks.
Okay, Eddie, you are a United fan, so we all know. What do you think about that game?
All right, so as a United fan, probably talking of our last game wasn't what we expected, although our uh, chances against Brighton were low, although despite it's a new season, all things being fresh,
Not very well low. Are you saying it on your own or because Eric Ten Hag said you could have scored many goals in that game?
Yeah, we could have scored many goals in that game, but at the end of the day, who won the game? Brighton won the game. So now the point is, our next game is probably against Liverpool. And sometimes one thing I've noticed about Manchester United, anytime you're playing against the tough clubs or the tough sides, we are always the best. We are always the best. So probably we are going to carry the day against Liverpool. And even our last game against Liverpool, we also what happened against Liverpool. We won the game, so probably we are winning this game too. And in Old
Eddie,
Trafford,
which one did you win?
which game did we win? Go and check.
Against Liverpool.
Go and check our last game against Liverpool.
The first leg last season, they smashed United with so many goals. Was it 5-1 or 6-1? I can't quite remember.
That was the first leg. Go and check the second leg. What was the score of the second leg?
I can't remember.
Okay.
But was it 2-1 or 2-0? I can't remember. Or 3-1. I can't remember. Yeah, but then let's continue.
Okay, so all that I could say is Manchester United to carry the day. Yeah.
Manchester United to carry the day.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard him quite very well. Manchester United to carry the day against Liverpool.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, I wanted him to give his prediction. Looking at the football both teams have played from the beginning of the season till now, we all know that Liverpool is ahead of United. United have made some great signings at the defense. Mazraoui, the likes of Delete. And we've seen Mazraoui doing an impressive game. And moving towards the Liverpool side, they have not really made any signing. The signing that is being confirmed today is no other person than Keza, who is currently doing his medicals. I'm sure by now he's done. Looking at the game, I'm thinking that Liverpool would go and forth and win this game. It's going to be a difficult game, but Liverpool has the upper hand. First, Old Trafford used to be a place where other teams were afraid of, but now currently I don't think it's the issue. Looking at the last game, the way they played against a side like Brighton, who plays a direct football, same like how Liverpool plays direct football, it's going to be very difficult for United. I see the game to be at least 3-1 or 4-1 for Liverpool. I see Liverpool winning this game.
McTominay has actually finally left the club, and then they are also looking at an option to see whether they can get Raheem Sterling for sure, because we all know the wings are not actually active when it comes to Manchester United. So let's see what is going to happen. And this game probably, for me, I think it's going to be very, very, very difficult game, because this is a game that United need to show whether they are really ready for the season or not. And for Arne Slot, he has proved it, and he has maintained, I think, quite very well. The standard club actually leave. And I think it's very young to actually give him that 100% for sure. And there was a question mark about the changes he made last game, and probably looking at United, they have all the players, they have all the mentality, but then the execution is always the problem. They go into the field and there's different ball game together. And one thing I am yet to get from Eric Ten Hag, whether he's playing a defensive counter-attacking football or he wants to play a possession football, I haven't quite get it right from Eric Ten Hag, and I'm still looking forward to see that in tomorrow's game. And for sure, this is just massive.
Just to add to that, Manchester United have completed the signing of Ogati. And from sources close to me saying that Ten Hag would like to use him in the game. And I think it's very early, but then looking at playing a very high quality match, you want someone who can play in that position of the defensive midfield, because they can't so much trust on Casemiro, looking at the speed and intensity of Liverpool. So Ogati might feature in the game. That is the sources close to me saying that if everything goes well, Ten Hag will try to use him. By the end of the day, we all expect a good game.
At the end of the day, we all expect a good game, and for sure, Eric Ten Hag has been waiting and waiting for this signing, and now it's here. My problem is just that with Ugarte, where is he going to play Casemiro? Where is he going to play Mount? One of them has to be on bench. If you just join us and you are new, remember it's Ashili Sports, an update of pretty much of Premier League. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and we're going to see you in the next video. Ciao.